People move to Bellingham for reasons you probably expect: the mountains, the water, the scenery. But after helping dozens of people relocate here to Bellingham who have found me on YouTube over the last couple of years, I've learned those usually aren't the real reasons. Sure, people obviously love the views, they love the trails, the outdoor and the recreation, but those things alone usually aren't enough to make someone pack up their lives and move. The real reasons are a lot more interesting. They're about lifestyle, they're about priorities, they're about what people want more of and sometimes what they want less of. So in this video, I want to share the real reasons people are moving here to Bellingham and Whatcom County and what they're hoping to gain when they make the actual move. And before we jump in, if you're considering moving here to Bellingham or anywhere here in Whatcom County, my wife and I would love to help. Every single week and month, we help people from all over the country who are trying to figure out whether Bellingham and Whatcom County is the right fit for them and their lifestyle, long-term goals. So if you'd ever like to talk, ask us questions, or simply learn about the area, head over to our website, levainteam.com/contact, and reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you guys, and all of that information is going to be in the description of this video. Give us a call, shoot us a text, whatever you may be best for you guys. Now, the first reason is probably the one I hear most often, and it's not necessarily because people are running towards Bellingham, it's because they're running away from something else. And one of the most common things I hear from relocation clients is, we're just tired. They're tired of the traffic, they're tired of spending an hour each way commuting, they're tired of crowded freeways, the stores, the neighborhoods, and feeling like every aspect of life is completely rushed. And a lot of people are moving here and coming from places like Seattle, obviously, Bellevue, Portland, Southern California, even Denver and the Arizona, Texas area, and other rapidly growing metropolitan areas. They aren't necessarily looking for a small town, they're looking for more breathing room. Now, what attracts them to Bellingham is that it feels more manageable. You can access the town in 15-20 minutes tops. You can go to dinner without planning your whole entire evening around traffic. You can spend more time doing things you enjoy and less time sitting behind a windshield. And one of the things I hear over and over again from people moving here is that they feel like they got part of their life back. And honestly, that's a pretty powerful reason to move somewhere else in like Bellingham. The second reason is one that surprises people who already live here, because many locals don't necessarily think Bellingham as affordable. And compared to many parts of Washington, it isn't, but affordability is all relative to where you're coming from. I have conversations with people from Bellevue, Kirkland, San Jose, Orange County, the East Coast, even Texas, who sell a home that's worth over $1 million and then move here and buy something significantly larger for the same amount of money, or sometimes even less. Sometimes they're going from a 1,500 square foot small lot to a 2,500 square foot home with a yard. And sometimes they're going from a condo to a single family home. Sometimes they're paying cash after selling a higher price market, which is beneficial here in Bellingham. And one thing I've learned is that Bellingham doesn't feel affordable until you compare it to where many people are coming from. For someone who's relocating from California, Seattle's east side, Bellingham often feels like a chance to improve their quality of life without completely sacrificing access to amenities, to healthcare, recreation, and especially culture. It's not cheap, but compared to many of the places that are leaving, it can definitely feel like a bargain. And again, this may feel different for the people who actually live here, who grew up here, and that they think Bellingham is expensive. I am not here to negate that reason, and Bellingham definitely is expensive here, especially when you compare it to other cities that are not Seattle in the whole state of Washington and probably other parts of the country itself. The third reason builds directly off the first and second reason, and honestly, I think this is what many people are really chasing when they move here. They're looking for a slower pace of life. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had where someone says, we're looking for something more simple. Not boring, not isolated, just more simpler. They want shorter commutes, more time with family, more time outdoors, more evenings where they aren't rushing from one obligation to the other. They want a place where it feels a lot less stressful. And Bellingham sits in a really unique position because it offers many of the conveniences of larger cities without feeling like you are in one. And you still have restaurants, you still have the breweries, great healthcare, shopping here or there, entertainment is good, but life tends to move at a different speed here. People wave to each other on trails, families spend weekends at the parks, people prioritize quality of life, and for many relocation clients, that's exactly what they're looking for. Now, the fourth reason is something that I haven't talked about here in some of my last videos, but that is retirement. And honestly, Bellingham checks off a lot of the boxes for retirees. One of the things I hear from retirees all the time is that they're not necessarily looking for excitement anymore. They're looking for balance. They want the access to healthcare, number one. They want outdoor recreation. They want a community that feels active and engaged. They want places to walk. They want places to bike and spend time with their friends and their grandchildren. They want access to restaurants and cultural events without dealing with the headaches of a major city. Bellingham offers a lot of that, and we have a lot of waterfront trails, parks, community events, local restaurants, farmers market, a strong sense of community, and many retirees also appreciate that they're close to their kids and their grandkids if they're living somewhere else in Western Washington or even up in Canada. And unlike places with extreme heat or extreme cold, Bellingham's climate tends to be relatively modern throughout the year. For many retirees, it's a place where they can stay active and enjoy life without feeling like they have to slow down. And plus, for them, it's really easy to hop on a plane and spend a couple of weeks or even a few months in a warmer climate area here during our winter months. Now, reason 5, this one is incredibly important. It's probably the reason I personally relate to the most, and that's raising a family. When people ask me why I've stayed in Bellingham, this is usually near the top of my list. My wife and I are raising our family here, and I genuinely believe it's one of the best places to do so. And it is definitely a reason why people are moving from bigger cities, because it's just a better place to raise their kids. Like I talked about before, we have parks everywhere, and a lot of them are becoming newer and getting redeveloped. We have trails, we have youth sports, we have lakes, we have the beaches, we have community events, we have the neighborhoods where kids still ride bikes and play outside. One of the things I love most is that so much of the lifestyle here naturally pulls families outdoors. Instead of spending every single weekend inside, people are hiking, they're paddleboarding, they're biking, walking on the waterfront, or sometimes even spending time at one of the many parks around town with bike tracks and pump tracks. And while no place is actually perfect, many families move here because they want their kids to grow up with those experiences. They want a strong connection to nature, community, and the outdoors, and Bellingham definitely offers a lot of that. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're still hanging around and you're considering a move here to Bellingham or Whatcom County, this is exactly the type of conversations my wife and I have every single day. Everybody's situation is a little bit different. Some people relocate for work, some of them are retiring, some are looking for a better place to raise their family. So if that's you, please don't feel afraid to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, whatever that may be. Again, all of our information will be down here in the description of this video. The 6th reason people move here is healthcare, and this isn't one that gets talked about very often, but it's a significant factor for many people, especially with kids and people who are retiring. Healthcare is one of the largest industries here in Whatcom County. We have Peace Health, we have Joseph Medical Center that serves much of the Northwest, and we also have organizations like Family Care Network, Unity Care, CMAR, Mount Baker Imaging, and obviously a lot more, a variety of specialty providers. So for healthcare professionals, Bellingham can be an attractive place to build a career while enjoying an incredible quality of life. But even beyond employment, access to quality of healthcare matters. It matters to retirees, it matters to families, it matters to people planning for the future. And for many people relocating here, knowing they have an access to a strong healthcare system gives them confidence in their decision. And even going down to Skagit County down there has even a great hospital for being such a smaller area. And reason number 7, finally we get to the reason most people think should be number 1, and that's the outdoor lifestyle. The truth is that this usually isn't the thing that gets people to move here, but often is the thing that confirms they made the right decision after they arrive. Now within minutes you have access to Lake Whatcom, to Lake Paddon, to Lake Samish, You have Bellingham Bay to the San Juan Islands. There's so much amenities when it comes to our scenery. You have Mount Baker, Galbraith Mountain, of course, which is a huge mountain biking area. You have Oyster Dome. You have hundreds of miles of trails and endless opportunities to get outside and be outside. And what I hear from people after they move here is that outdoor recreation becomes part of their everyday life. It's not something they save for vacations anymore. They paddleboard, they go to work, they go hiking on weekends, they take evening walks, and they go along the waterfront, which is beautiful and which will be expanded here in this year. We even have schools that are primarily outdoors, which is amazing. And some people think it's a little crazy during the winter. And then there's our location. Vancouver, BC is less than an hour away. Seattle, about an hour and a half away. We have access to professional sports, major airports, concerts, dining, and international travel without having to live in either of these big cities. And one of my favorite things to tell people is that you get access to 2 metropolitan areas while still living in a city that feels relatively manageable, like Bellingham or Blaine, Ferndale, wherever in Whatcom County. And also, most people would plan their entire vacations around the places we can access in a weekend. And the truth is, nobody moves to Bellingham because it's perfect. Every city has trade-offs, every community has challenges, but what I've found is that most people move here because the lifestyle aligns with what they're looking for. And if you've seen any of my last video, I'm pretty transparent on the issues that Bellingham has to offer. Also, people are looking for a slower pace. They're looking for more time with their family. They're looking for outdoor recreation. They're looking for community. And while Bellingham certainly isn't the right fit for everyone, it's easy to see why so many people continue to choose Bellingham as their next home. So, guys, again, my name is Aldo. I'm a local realtor here in Bellingham with Windermere Real Estate and the Levain team. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're looking at moving here, it doesn't matter if you're 6 months out, a year out, make sure to reach out to me. Again, all my information is gonna be in the description below. You can text this number right here. Again, guys, Aldo here with the Levain Real Estate team in Bellingham, and we'll see you next time.